Hello, wonderful parents. Dr. Anna Cohen here. I'd like to talk a little bit with you today about how to increase the enjoyment you're having with your teens' adolescents. Parenthood is often described as the toughest job you'll ever love, and for a good reason. As parents, we're constantly evolving alongside our children, facing new challenges at every stage of their development. The adolescent years can be some of the most rewarding yet turbulent times for both our kids and for us parents. But what many parents don't realise is that the challenge we face in raising teens often coincides with our own developmental shifts. For many parents, this phase of life also aligns with their midlife, an age where people are often questioning their career, their relationships, and their own identity. Combine that with the emotional roller coaster that's adolescence, and it's no wonder that parenting during this time can feel like an emotional tug-of-war. Most of us don't expect the overlap between our midlife struggles and our child's adolescence. However, the developmental challenges and changes we experience as parents during midlife are often linked with the challenges we face with our teenagers. Midlife can be a time of introspection. Questions like, am I in the right career? And what will the second half of my life look like? They may dominate your thoughts. Meanwhile, your adolescent child is wrestling with their own self-identity, independence, and sometimes a complete rejection of your guidance. The good news is these developmental milestones, both for you and your teen, are deeply connected. Positive breakthroughs on either side tend to have a reciprocal effect. And when you experience growth for yourself or clarity in your own life, it can help you to better understand and support your adolescent. Similarly, when your teen has a breakthrough, it often reflects in your own development, strengthening your relationship and helping you grow as well. However, it is equally important to acknowledge that when your teen is struggling, it can directly affect your personal well-being. Feeling disconnected or helpless in your relationship with your teen can heighten your own struggles with your midlife concerns, making it harder to enjoy the process. So how can you support yourself during this time to ensure that you can be the best parent that you can be, the type of parent you want to be? If you want to enjoy the adolescent years with your young person, it's essential to focus on your own mental health and well-being. Parents who thrive during these challenging years tend to engage in self-care practices that nourish their own lives. And we're going to discuss a few ways to manage your midlife concerns and enjoy parenting through the stage now. The first thing I would like to say, though, is if you're really, really down and feeling like you're not managing, please seek your own psychological care. But generally speaking, there's some stuff we can do to manage our midlife concerns. So the first is we can engage in our satisfying interests outside of parenting, cultivating a fulfilling identity beyond being a parent. And this can give you a sense of self that transcends the challenges of raising a teen. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, for me it's horses, taking on a new project at work, for me Better Parent Academy, or fostering relationships outside the family, this broader sense of what you are can serve as a strong anchor during times of stress. Make self-care non-negotiable. Many parents struggle with feelings of guilt when they take time for themselves, but we need to remember that self-care is vital for maintaining energy and resilience. Prioritize adequate sleep, regular exercise, healthy eating, and relaxation practices. When you care for yourself, you're better equipped to handle the stress of daily life and show up as a more engaged and positive parent. Stay engaged with your teen. Even if it feels like your teen is pulling away, try to maintain a loving, communicative, open, warm, and authoritative approach. Maintaining ongoing dialogue helps preserve your emotional connection with your young person. Rather than viewing their desire for independence as rejection, see it as a necessary and healthy part of their development. Shift your perspective and embrace your teen's independence. Your teen's quest for autonomy is a sign of their growth, a sense of their growing sense of self. While it can feel like they're pulling away from you emotionally, it is a positive developmental milestone that reflects their increasing independence. It's essential to remember that this is your child's independence, and it doesn't signify an end to your relationship. It simply marks a shift toward a new dynamic. Don't take it personally. Instead, view their desire for privacy and independence as an opportunity for your relationship to evolve. It's a chance to redefine the parent-child dynamic and allowing you to engage with them on a deeper, more mutual level. Their growing assertiveness and sense of self can be something to celebrate. Remember, the more you view your teen's behaviour as a healthy expression of their individuality, the more enjoyment you will find in this phase of their life. You are a constant reminder of your teen's dependence on you during their younger years, and this can make it uncomfortable as they try to separate and become their own person. Let them experience their discomfort without taking it to heart. You're doing great, and no matter how they react, your role as their parents is still vital. Seek support when you need it, because your friends, your spouse, or other specialist psychologists, if you need them, are there, and they're there to help you. So I guess what I would always love to say is, remember that by nurturing yourself, you're embracing your teen's development and approaching this phase with patience and empathy. You'll not only enjoy their adolescence more, but you'll also help them to thrive. The teenage years are a time for growth for both of you. Embrace this journey together. Finally, by focusing on self-care, maintaining a positive outlook, and strengthening your relationship with your adolescents, you can make these years not only manageable, but also incredibly fulfilling. You've got this. I wish you joy in your parenting.